Hello students, in this video I will continue the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Now the concept is a polygenic inheritance. What is polygenic inheritance? The character which are generally controlled by 3 or more genes are called polygenic trait or inheritance or character. The classic example for this polygenic inheritance is a human skin color. In a polygenic character or a trait, the phenotype reflects the contribution of each allele, that is, the effect of each allele is additive. Example, 3 genes A, B, C control skin color in a human with the dominant forms A, B and C responsible for the dark skin color, and the recessive form small a, small b and small c for light skin color. The genotype with all the dominant alleles, that is capital A, capital B, small capital C will be have the darkest skin color, and that with all the recessive alleles small a, small b, small c will have the lightest skin color. The genotype with the 3 dominant alleles and 3 recessive alleles will have an intermediate skin color. In this manner, the number of each type of alleles in the genotype would determine the darkness or lightness of the skin color in an individual. So the next is a pleiotropism. What is pleiotropism? A single gene which can exhibit multiple phenotypic expressions is called pleiotropic gene or pleiotropism. The underlying mechanism of pleiotropy is, in most cases, is the effect of a gene on metabolic pathways which contribute towards different phenotypes. Example for this is a disease phenylketonuria which occur in humans. The disease is caused by mutation in the gene that codes for the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. This manifests itself through phenotypic expression characterized by mental retardation and a reduction in hair and skin pigmentation. So the next one is a sex determination. In 1891, Hermann Henking conducted experiments on wasps. When he was studying the process of a spermatogenesis in wasp, he found some additional staining body or a chromosome in some of the male gametes, and he called it as X body. Later, other geneticists called it as X chromosome. The process by which sexuality of an organism is decided is called sex determination. Sex of an individual is determined by the type of chromosomes. There are 2 types of chromosomes, namely autosomes and allosomes. Autosomes, they determine the somatic character of the organisms. Allosomes, they determine the sex of an individual. These are also called as sex chromosomes. The types of sex determination, mainly in a human, the female has a pair of XX chromosomes, that is homogametic in nature, and the male XY, that is heterogametic in nature. Drosophila, the female has a pair of XX chromosome, that is a homogametic, and the male is a heterogametic, that is a XY. In grasshopper, X0 type of sex determination, in which the male have only one X chromosome besides the autosomes, whereas female have a pair of X chromosomes. In birds, female has a pair of dissimilar chromosomes, that is ZW. To avoid confusion, XY, it is represented as a ZW, and a male having two similar ZZ chromosomes. Next is a sex determination in humans. The sex determining mechanism in case of human is a XY type. Out of 23 pairs of chromosomes, 22 pairs are exactly same in both male and females. These are called autosomes. A pair of X chromosomes are present in a female, whereas presence of an X and Y chromosomes are determinant of the male characteristic. During spermatogenesis among males, two types of gametes are produced. 50% of total sperm produced carry X chromosome, and the rest of the 50% has a Y chromosome, and beside these are autosomes. Female produce only one type of chromosome, that is X chromosome, in a one type of ovum. There is an equal probability of a fertilization of a ovum with the sperm carrying either X or Y chromosomes. In case of ovum fertilizes with the sperm carry X chromosome, the zygote develop into female, that is XX. And the fertilization of ovum with Y chromosome carrying sperm results in a male offspring, that is a X and a Y. Thus, it is evident that it is a genetic makeup of the sperm that determine the sex of the child. Next is very important one, sex determination in a honeybee. Sex determination in a honeybee, it shows that diplohaplontic sex determination. Honeybees have a very different type of sex determination system. Here, fertilized eggs always develop into female, and unfertilized eggs always develop into males. So in this type, male are haploid having one set of chromosome, and female are diploid having two sets of a chromosome. These are differentiates into queens and worker bees. The sex determination in honeybee is based on the number of sets of a chromosome and an individual. Here, an offspring from union of a sperm and an egg develops into female. As I told you that is queen and a worker bee. Unfertilized egg develops into male, that is a drone. This type of fertilization is called as a parthenogenesis. This means that the males have half the number of chromosomes than that of the female. The female are diploid having 32 chromosomes, and males are haploid, that is having a 16 chromosomes. This is a schematic representation of sex determination in a honeybee. This type of sex determination has a special characteristic feature, such as the male produces sperm by mitosis. They do not have father and thus cannot have sons, but have a grandfather and can have grandsons. The next is a mutation. What is mutation? It is a phenomenon which results in alteration of DNA sequence and consequently results in changes in the genotype and phenotype of an organism. Mutation arises due to change in a single base pair of a DNA known as point mutation. Example for point mutation is a sickle cell anemia. The factor that induce mutations are referred to as mutagens. The mutagens are chemicals and physical factors. So the next one is chromosomal aberrations. What is chromosomal aberrations? The loss means deletions, or the gain means either insertion or a duplication of a segment of a DNA result in alteration in a chromosomes. That is called chromosomal aberrations. Since genes are known to be located on chromosomes, alteration in chromosome result in abnormalities or aberrations. Chromosomal aberrations are commonly observed in cancer cells. The next one is very important one, that is pedigree analysis. What is pedigree analysis? It is an analysis of trait, means a character, in a several generations of a family is called pedigree analysis. In the pedigree analysis, the inheritance of a particular trait is represented in the family tree over generations. In human genetics, pedigree study provides a strong tool which is utilized to trace the inheritance of a specific trait, abnormality or disease. These are the symbols which is used in a human pedigree analysis. Just go through it. See, the first one is a male and second one is a female symbol. Third one is a sex unspecified. The next is a affected individuals, that is a shaded one. Here it is marked as a red color. And the next is a mating, and the next double arrow mark, that is mating between relatives, that is also called as a consanguineous mating. The next is a parent above and children below, that is birth, order of birth left to right. The next is parents are parents with the male child affected with the disease. And the last one is 5 unaffected offsprings. See, this is a diagrammatic representation of a pedigree analysis. The first one, A chart, is an autosomal dominant trait. Example, myotonic dystrophy. And the chart B is an autosomal recessive trait. Example, sickle cell anemia. Okay, till here we are discussed about some important topics in principles of inheritance and variation. The remaining portions will be discussed in a next video. Thank you.